Oh, that's above my pay grade, but yeah, obviously, um, when you're looking for a coach, I feel that someone who can that guys rally around, that guys um, can build consistent winning through culture and those type of things. But also, someone who X's and O's wise can put us in a position to go out there and be successful in games. So I think all those things are important. There's so many different types of coaches, so many different types of men and people who do the job. So, it's above my pay grade, but, you know, um, I want to play for someone who, loves football and, wants to see you win and be successful, cares about his players, um, can build a brotherhood amongst all of us and, someone to look towards and gravitate towards. And, in adverse situations, be a great leader. And, those are the type of things, that I look for.
Now that the season's over, can you kind of put your finger on where the things kind of went wrong, went off the tracks at all?
Um, I mean, it's a bunch of things, it's a bunch of things that go into football. It's months on months of all of our lives and hard work and coming here and so it's a lot that goes into it. Not just can't just put your finger on one thing. But one thing I will say is I appreciate everyone here. Um, I appreciate the effort that we gave, how we stuck together regardless of what was going on. And I think there's a lot of promising things to look forward to. Um, Jacksonville City deserves a winning team, and you know, we're going to try to do everything we can to provide that. So it's a lot of work that needs to be done, and I think there's exciting things to be looking forward to in the future.
Does it feel like this team has pieces but needs a fresh message?
Um, I definitely feel we have pieces to be successful. When you look at our roster, um, I think that that's why it felt a little different because I felt like we could win a lot of these games, and I felt that we can be a playoff team when you look at the talent that we have. So you know that's a great situation to be in. If we're able to figure it out and you know clean up the little things, learn how to execute, learn how to um, you know all the talent that we have, see that come to fruition on the field. I think is where we need to get to, and it's exciting to have opportunity to do that. I don't feel like we're in a situation where we don't have what we need from a roster standpoint. When I look around, look at my teammates, I think throughout this season, that's what was so promising was that like when I take the field and look at who I'm playing with, it's like, oh, we can beat anybody. But it has to all come together, and yeah, so we got a lot of work to do.
Eric, give us an assessment of your season personally. How
Uh,
frustrating was it?
my season personally, it's ups and downs. I've been in this league for a long time now, and there's always ups and downs, adversities, different challenges, different things you have to face and battle. When I look at my season as a whole, um, it wasn't to the standard that um, I am accustomed to playing to, and for a multitude of reasons. But I'm excited to get back to that in 2025. Um, yeah, I got a lot of plans this off season. Excited to, for the future and to keep going, really. But when I'll look back, look at the film, for me, this is I haven't not started in a long time. It was a position change for me. So, you know, next year, got a lot planned. So I'll just leave it at that.
Do you prefer inside, outside? I mean, what is the ideal spot for you moving ahead?
Yeah, I'm gonna move back inside next year. That's gonna be my plan. You know, that was what I wanted to do, you know, this season as well too. But you know, there's situations that you have to deal with, you know, in this league, and yeah, so I'm gonna switch back inside, which was what I wanted to do this season, and I'm gonna be back playing to, you know, an elite player that I know I can be.
How difficult was that change, especially while you were navigating injury?
Yeah, it's tough, you know, coming off injury, coming off of, you know, changing position, you know, being in a new situation. But like I said, you know, this league, you know, provides adversity. And, you know, I'm someone who has been through, I feel like, every situation that you can go through in the league, you know, and I've always overcome it. And, you know, you can look at the history of my career and the different situations I've been in. I've been in a situation like this before where I had to, you know, kind of break out of something and overcome it. And I'm excited to do that next year.
What kind of leader would you like to see leading this team next season?
I don't really know. I know we're a young team, you know, so I would definitely love to have someone, you know, kind of relatable to us, you know, in a sense. You know, somebody with some passion. I love to play with somebody with some passion and somebody just feels strong about what we got going on here.
Looking at a third straight different defense going into your second year, how challenging is that?
I mean, it don't really matter to me. To be honest, new defense, whatever. My job is to make the plays, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm going to go out there and do.
You got plans for the offseason?
Right now I just want to get my body back. It's been a long year. Rookie year been super long. Right now I just want to get my body back, you know what I'm saying? Just get going what we got going here.
You played mostly in the slot this year. Do you want to play outside, or is the slot kind of your...
I can play any position in football, so I mean, but whoever comes in or whatever, that's what I'm going to relate to them. I want to play everything.
Can you speak to the strides this rookie class took from the beginning of the season to the end of it?
Yeah, I'm definitely a firm believer in our rookie class. I think we got some great pieces, you know, with us, you know. I think through the year you can see the growth that we had. You can kind of see that we started having more fun. Obviously, BT is BT. That's kind of something different right there. But, you know what I'm saying? You can just see all of us having fun.
What did you learn about yourself this season?
Losing sucks. I think that's something I learned for sure. But I think that with it being as rough as it was, you know what I'm saying, like the consistent grind of it, the standing and keeping, you know what I'm saying, keeping the same attitude about it each week, I think that's something I showed myself that, like, even when it gets hard, like, 'cause this shit was super hard, you know what I'm saying, just keep going. It's going to change eventually.
As you knew you could play, but is your confidence in yourself higher now than at the start of the season?
I don't think it could have got no higher than it was in OTAs, to be honest. I've always believed in myself. I expected it to be how it is now. I definitely think I could have made more plays, you know what I'm saying, but I've always believed in myself.
Our last 4 years, I'm a different man than I came in. So this place has been healthy for me. And so going forward, I believe it would be the same thing. You know, I'm hoping and praying that, you know, God puts me in the right position.
Can you put your finger on what kind of went wrong for the defense this year under Coach Nielsen?
I don't think we had enough synergy as a group. I think there was times where certain guys were playing their butt off, and as a group, we didn't all show up at the same time. That's kind of what it felt like. It was like trying to cover for one guy not doing his job, and then he gets out of position, and then it kind of was like just went down the totem pole.
How will you remember Doug Peterson as a coach?
Really great man. I think for me, I didn't, you know, Doug's probably the best head coach I've had. So, you know, for me, like, I came from Syracuse, came here, had my first year, which wasn't a great year, and then Doug kind of showed me what the NFL is supposed to be like and what it looks like. And his program, the hard work we put in is second to none. So, you know, wherever end up, whether it's here or somewhere else, like whatever program I'm under, he set the foundation for my career in terms of how it's supposed to look in the grind and how you prepare.
Andre, guys seniors say you got to learn how to win, but the bulk of this team are guys from 22 who did win. So how does that fall apart like that? I'm assuming guys didn't forget how to win.
Yeah, it's a good question. I think this is the time to meditate on it. I think all year we're expecting the rock to break at some point, and then got to a point with like no return. But I think injuries definitely bit us this year. But I don't know. To be quite honest with you, I think we do, like you said, the core group of guys that were here in 22 when we won are still here. So hopefully we can figure that out.
Something to be said for fresh start. Do you want a fresh start somewhere else, or do you want to be back here if you have your preference?
I mean, I think there's part of a fresh start even here, now that we'll have a new leadership. But I think for me, a fresh start isn't really an environmental thing. I think you could kind of start fresh by just continuing to hone in on what, you want to change about yourself, change about your game. And there's, sometimes the environment change is not always the best.
Obviously, it's unfortunate because at the end of the day, we all had a hand in, this season and just how the way things have shaken out. I have a ton of respect for Doug. He's made me a better football player, a better man, and I think he's one of the better coaches to have coached in this league. And it's just unfortunate the way that things went. But obviously, the organization has to make a decision that they feel is best going forward.
What would you like to see in the next leader for the Jaguars?
I think that's a tough question to answer right now. I just think, obviously, we're all processing the end of the season. We're all reflecting on just ourselves individually and as a team, because, like I said, we all had a hand in this. So I think the important thing right now is to just reflect personally on what you can do better going forward, all the learning opportunities that were taken from this year, and really focus on that.
What benefits do you see by retaining Trent Baalke? Continuity or whatever word you care to use.
I mean, I play for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and when I put on that uniform, I step in this building, I'm just here to be a professional, help this locker room, help everybody I come in contact with to be better and to help win football games. And no matter what, no matter who's here, that's my sole goal when I step in the building. So that's really all I'm focused on.
Do you expect to be here next year?
Yeah, I would love to be here. And, I mean, I'm under contract still. Obviously, there's other things that I can't really control. So I'm just kind of focused on being healthy again next year, being healthy this offseason, getting healthy, and just being the best player that I can be, because I feel like I've proven that when I'm on the field, I am one of those players that is one of the better ones on the field. And so I'm just looking forward to getting back to that, and I wanted to be here in Jacksonville.
How frustrating has these last 2 years been for you not being able to finish either one out?
Yeah, it's been probably the hardest 2 years in my career so far. Just, I've missed more games in these past 2 years than I have my whole football career. So it's been a lot mentally, but nothing that I can't overcome. I like to embrace adversity. I hope I've displayed that to my teammates and people that have been around me. So I'm just looking to be on the other side of it, and I know that part of my story is going to be great, and I'm just looking forward to just getting back to that. I've attacked every bit of my rehab, and so I'll be confident that I'll be back and better.
What does this team?
Sorry?
Excited about fatherhood?
It's been the saving grace through it all. We actually found out when we were over in London, and then a week later I get hurt. But it just puts everything in perspective, because football is great, right? I love football. It's been my whole entire life. But, when you find out that you're bringing a child into this world, and just the love that I already feel for that child, this is all minuscule. And so I'm just more excited every single day that goes past to meet the baby. And but it's been a great experience so far. And so it's hard to put your finger on why you start losing games. Obviously, there's statistics and whatnot. You lose one-score games. You're not able to finish at the end of the game, at the end of those games. And so, yeah, maybe that has part of it, but there's other eccentrics that go into it. And so I just feel like, you know, it just goes to show that you can't hang your hat on things that made you successful in the past. You know, you have to be dynamic with how that season is going. And, you know, unfortunately, we just weren't able to do that the past 2 years.
So what does this team need heading into 2025?
Like I said, I think that's, you know, a hard question to kind of to forecast right now and to be able to answer, just because I think everybody right now needs to just focus on what they can do individually. That's what, you know, my message would be, is to just, you know, look in the mirror, you know, do all the self-scouting that you can do, and then, you know, once you step back into this building when we're required to be, just show up the best, you know, football player that you can be and be ready to attack into the year.
What do you say to a young guy like Brian after what he accomplished in his rookie season to get him ready for year two?
It's just, you know, obviously right now to enjoy it, he should be very proud of himself. You know, what he's able to do, what he's able to have done. You know, obviously through a tough season. You know, he led us. You know, he was our offense, and it's just impressive for somebody to do that in their rookie year. But you know, once the Super Bowl's over with, now you got to go out there and do it again. That's what the great ones do, and obviously he's started off on the right foot. But the challenge is to be able to do it again next year.
Chris. All right, thanks for you with the way he handled doubles, stuff like that. The season went on.
Yeah, I think he did a great job. You know, he obviously they did a great job of, you know, getting him going and getting him the ball, and, you know, find different ways to move him around. And so it just was able to show as the year went on just all the things that he can do as a receiver, inside and outside. And so he did a great job. I mean, week in and week out, he just kept on excelling.
It's definitely something that me personally, I don't want to hear. Doug, I think he's a great coach. He's done some great things for this organization, and he's a great guy, great coach. Like I said, I wouldn't wish that on anyone, but, you know, it's life. We all faced with obstacles in life, and we just got to keep going.
What does this organization need, Travon?
Me personally, I feel like the players, as far as players and things of that nature, and we have some great coaches in place too. So I just feel like for us, it's just we have to learn how to win and learn how to take winning. Like, obviously we know how to win games, but when it comes to being consistent with winning in the NFL, you have to bring it week in and week out, and sometimes it's just certain sacrifices that certain players or individuals have to make.
Do you think it's a matter of it's the same players, but maybe is it a different message of, like, you know, more, you know, I don't want to say military style, but more attention to detail? How would you describe it?
I wouldn't even say nothing like military style or anything of that sort. It's just everybody had to buy in. From the national championship team I was on, it's a championship team. Everybody was just all bought in and on the same level, and that goes for players and coaches. And the staff in the building itself.
Did you feel like there was buy-in throughout the course of the season this year?
I definitely thought it was buy-in, but you could definitely tell it was a little drop-off, especially on that little stretch, the losing stretch we had. I want to say it was like 6 games, but obviously that's what comes with it. You just have to learn how to bounce back and get things back in the groove.
Two different defenses in 2 years. What do you want to see moving forward from a defensive standpoint for yourself?
Obviously, it's consistency and everything, but for me, I'm just one of those guys. I just want to go out there and play football, have fun, and go forward, play fast, be able to play fast.
What kind of leader are you looking for in the next coach?
Type of leader? Just a coach to come in and obviously lead by example. Not coach is going to always talk, but just not, I wouldn't say, I don't know, just a coach to come in and that gives it his all. His main goal is to win the Super Bowl, and he wants to bring the best out of the players that he have on this team.
The bulk of this team is made up of guys from 22 who did know how to win in their first part of 23. So where did it go wrong? How did it go wrong?
I think I'm wondering that same question, to be honest. But there's a lot of things we could go back and watch film and find those 1 or 2 plays that maybe we could have capitalized on in that moment to help change the outcome of the game, because most of the games we lost was within a touchdown and 3 points, so other than 3 games.
What's your relationship with Trent?
Me and Trent, we have a pretty good relationship. Obviously, him and Doug was one of the ones that believed in me, that brought me into this organization. So I feel like ever since I've got here, we've just been continuously building that relationship with each other.
Where did you grow the most as a player this year, you think, looking back?
Me personally, this year was kind of a thing for me, just being able to play through the nudges and chips and things of that nature. Obviously, I got the attention of the offense that you would want as a pass rusher. Not saying it's going to be the easiest task to complete, but that's just one of the things that I know I kind of coming in from last year I was getting nudged a little bit, and then coming into this year, I kind of knew how to adjust to it a little bit, but it gave me a little trouble this year as well. But I feel like I can definitely improve on it, but I did see some growth there as well.
Is achieving double-digit sacks something that you're proud about even in a down year?
Most definitely. I mean, now is the time that I can reflect on it. Obviously, during the season, it's kind of hard to reflect on things like that, but we at the end of the season, and as I go through and play things through my mind, obviously being consistent is my main thing, and if I can do that, I feel like I'll be around for a good, long time.
As one of the defensive leaders on this team, what's your message to the group as you guys all go your separate ways today?
Obviously, right now, get away, get some fresh air, clear your mind, and when it's time to come back, just make sure you've been putting in that work, doing the study on yourself to come back and be ready to go. We all know the goal. We want to win the Super Bowl. We want to take things into the postseason, so we all got to put in that extra time.
I know it's a lot going on right now, but you're eligible for an extension this offseason. Is that something you want to get done?
Hey, man, I'm with whatever when it comes to that, but I just want to be known as one of the ones that goes out there and play the game the right way, and everything else will take care of itself.
We all know you can do just about anything but 3-4, 4-3. Do you prefer the 4-3 with your hand in the dirt 24/7?
I just want to play football.
When you look back at your rookie season, just everything you were able to accomplish, is it more than what you were expecting, or do you still have stuff you want to, levels to get to?
I definitely still got levels I want to get to. I want to be the best, and so that come with a lot. So I know I still got more to come. So yeah.
How proud are you of just every time somebody looks at a receiver for the future with the Jacksonville Jaguars, they're going to have to see your name?
I mean, I'm super proud of what I came out and did this season, but I mean, it doesn't stop now. Just got to keep going, keep pushing, because I mean, that's like someone always trying to come in and take your spot. So just come in, keep pushing, and keep putting your best foot forward each and every day.
What are some of the cooler jersey swaps you had this season? I mean, first time in the NFL, swapping with all these guys. How special was that?
I mean, it was super special just being able to trade jerseys with some of the people that you know around the league, some of the people that you connected with around the league. So it was super cool. One of the cooler ones I had is probably Dontavian Wicks from Green Bay. And I mean, we've been training together since I was in high school and he was in college. So just being able to do that with him, I mean, it was cool. Yeah.
When could you feel like the respect shift in the NFL from where it's he's a rookie, he has to prove it, to, oh, this guy is a legitimate threat that can hurt us in and out every week?
When did I see a change? Probably when I started getting a little bit more double team. I think more like when Christian and Gabe got hurt around that time. Teams were trying to take me away or whatever. I was just keep pushing it, keep fighting through it all.
How did you handle it?
Like I said, just keep pushing, keep fighting through it all. Just trying my best to get open and press. And all them, Chad helped me out a lot, just putting me in position to be able to where the teams can't double me or just be able to not be the main focus. So I would say they helped me out a lot too.
What's it mean to maybe be one of the reasons this is an attractive job for candidates? Young players like you that are already elite.
It means a lot. Just being able to be a part of something like that, it means a lot to me. And, I mean, I came in the season just wanted to come in and be the best that I could be. So yeah, it means a lot to me.
Initially, we didn't have a reaction. Just kind of how the business goes, you know. We're here to produce results, and we really haven't been producing results these past 2 seasons. This is how the business goes.
What do you want to see here? What would you like to see here in the next head coach? What kind of leader?
Just somebody who wants to win, just somebody who wants to be around the guys, somebody who's eager, fired up, with the opportunity to just help us go and ultimately win a Super Bowl. And I feel like that's the goal here, and that's what we all want, and just somebody who wants to win.
The clear darling of this coaching cycle is going to be the Lions offensive coordinator, Ben Johnson. Do you know anything about him? That you know, the Lions numbers across the board offensively have ascended the last 3 years. Do you know anything about Ben Johnson?
No, not really, but just I mean, the few times we played them, I feel like they didn't punt the ball at all. So clearly he's over there doing something good. But they got a good thing rolling there, and I feel like it's more than just one coach. But I watched Gibbs last night. He went crazy, so I feel like there's only good things associated with his name, so whatever happens, happens.
Travis, you guys find out about the firing at the team meeting, or was that something before, or how did that come down? Do you remember?
When I woke up, kind of was like in the group chat, like through text message, but he told us shortly after, as soon as we got here, so that's how I found out.
And what was the mood in the team meeting this morning?
I feel like everybody just really right now just kind of just trying to move forward, trying to figure out how to be their best self moving forward, and getting our bodies healthy, and getting ready for next season. That's how the business goes. We appreciate Doug, everything he's done for us. We went to the playoffs, and he changed things around. He gave us a coach. He gave us something. He gave us something to see, something to hope for the future, and we appreciate him for that.
Was it, to clarify, was it a team chat this morning, or was it a specific person that texted?
No, it was one of my friends. It was one of my friends just shot me a message like, dang, they were quick. He just, I guess he was trolling.
Travis, where do you think the season went wrong, and what do you think, in retrospect, you guys could have done to make it different?
We could have just finished. I feel like season went wrong. We didn't finish. We got 10 one-score losses, so ultimately it comes down to finishing, and we didn't do a great job of that.
If you kicked in a couple of those games early, like the Miami game, the Cleveland game, do you think that would have given you confidence to close some of those games down the road?
You like to think so. I feel like just looking back on it, hindsight 2020, you could stop playing the what-if game, and you could definitely lean back onto those and be like, man, we would have done this, we would have done that. Things would have been different, but ultimately that's not how it happened. In reality situations, we sit here not in the playoffs again, and we've got to find a way to get back there. And that's what we all play this game for. It's had a chance to win the Super Bowl.
What did you learn about yourself as a player this season? How difficult was the season for you personally?
Season was very difficult. I feel like I'm a very team-oriented guy. We really wasn't doing well as a team. And I feel like fun's in the winning. And I feel like whenever we're winning, that's when everyone's here playing their best ball. But I feel like I learned a lot about myself just character-wise and just who I am as a person and not really as a football player. I feel like I've done much better as a football player, but I feel like you're truly tested when things are going your way. And I feel like this year I'm going to be better for it moving forward.
You talked about you wanted to kind of pick up being a leader in the offseason. Do you feel like that's an area where you grew a lot?
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like I could still continue to grow, still be more vocal, still really express myself and understand who I am and what I've done for the organization. Just continue to just push things forward and don't settle.
Is there a feeling in here that it's close, that it's not like a major rebuild is needed, that you guys can be, competitive in the division as soon as next year?
Yeah, most definitely. Just based off the guys that we have a lot of same guys in the room who has been to the playoffs. So we just got to find ways to continue to build on that. And like next year, it's all about finish. It's taking those one-score games and turning them into wins and not losses. And that's what's going to help us. And I feel like the experience that we got through those situations this year is going to help us next year.
Didn't make the plays. Didn't seize the moments we needed to that come up every weekend in the NFL. Every Sunday there's going to be pivotal moments in the game where wherever side you end up on is going to lead to a win or a loss. And I think just we didn't do well enough in those moments to seize the opportunity to end up on the better side than the side that we ended up on.
What's your reaction to Shaw's decision to part ways with Doug and retain Trent?
It's the league. When you don't win, there's changes that come from in all areas, coaching, management, and the players. So there's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of changes moving forward. Based on us not getting the job done, and it's unfortunate. It's been a great 3 years playing for Doug. I've learned a lot. I've grown a lot, and this place is definitely going to grow from the experiences we've had under him. And moving forward, it's definitely going to be different. But I appreciate Doug for everything he's done, and wish him the best moving forward.
Did it surprise you that Doug was fired?
It's very unpredictable. You just never know. There's a lot of factors that have gone into our season. It's not just the coaching. It's not just one part of it. It's everybody. So, I've been in this league for a while. I try not to get into the whole, that side of it. So definitely it's always unfortunate when those changes do come.
What kind of leader would you like to see here?
I definitely
It's tough. It's honestly tough to answer that question right now. You know, everything is, all that stuff is out of my control. I definitely, you know, when that time comes to address that and to move forward with that, that'll come. But that's tough for me to answer right
Well,
now.
but you're a veteran. You know what. You've been around this league long enough. What, given this group of guys, this personalities is with the team right now, what kind of coach do you think is needed? A tougher guy, another player's coach? You know, any thoughts on that?
Like I said, that's tough to answer right now. I know from a player standpoint, there's a lot of things that we got to be better at as a unit, from all three phases of the ball. At the end of the day, we're the players. We're the ones out there getting it done. So I definitely think that, you know, we'll find somebody that's going to continue to put us in the right positions to make those plays. But I think from the leader and the captain of the locker room and of the team, there's a lot of things that we got to be better at on all three phases of the ball for any coach to be successful here.
How's the shoulder? Are you going to be ready for off-season workouts and everything?
Yeah, shoulder's coming along really well. Definitely be ready to go about OTAs. You know, going to be smart with everything and make sure I heal up right, but very confident in the process I'm on right now. And got a few months to grind and get ready to go for spring ball, and then definitely be ready by training camp as well.
Do you have any concern about whether you will be back? You know, contract situations, all
Yeah,
that kind of
I
stuff?
mean, look, like I said, there's a lot of changes that are coming when you have seasons like this. So that's up to God. I think, you know, I want to be here. I have a home here, and I think this is a special place to do something great, and I want to continue to grind to do that. So, but that's all out of my control. And like I said, this is an unfortunate thing about having a season like this. There's going to be a lot of changes, and you never know what side you're going to be on. But definitely want to be here.
When you look back on this year, what will you remember about it?
I mean, that's the thing about, you know, adversity in this league. You can either play victim and just kind of experience it, or you can look at the lessons and you can look at the adversity and what can you take from it to grow. And I think we've experienced our share of adversity this year, whether it's, you know, tough losses, whether it's injuries and unfortunate events. You know, we got to be able to look ourselves in the mirror individually and come together as a team moving forward to take the lessons we learned this year and apply them to solutions to be better next year.
As a second-year player, just learning how this league is and the business side of it was. You know, Coach Doug, a really good coach, taught me a lot of things, and I really appreciate it.
What kind of leader do you think this team needs going into next year?
We just need our own standard. You know, we just need our own identity, who we are, and build that and hold each other accountable for good, bad, and move on from it and just flush stuff and don't harp on it and go out and play ball. What we're here to do. You know, and I feel like that's how we got to approach next year.
Do you think some of that was maybe a problem of what went wrong this season, holding on to some of the things that went wrong?
Yeah, you know, it's kind of hard to flush a lot of things. You know, guys have stuff going on with family. Guys got stuff going on in the season, depths, and it's just a lot of stuff. You know, that's unfortunate, and we just have to eliminate distractions as much as we can as a team and come back next year and be ready, sharp as a pencil, and just go out and compete at a high level.
How much do you feel like you grew from year one to the end of, to this point right now?
You know, I feel like I grew. You know, it's a lot of growing to continue to do, but just learning how the game is, and it slowed down a little bit for me. So hopefully next year, you know, this offseason put in great work, and next year, God willing, you know, we come back out here and compete at a high level again, and that's what it's all about. You know, just having fun and competing at a high level.